few months ago, I felt completely stuck. No motivation and no direction as to where my life was headed. It was just the regular sleeping, waking up, and going through the motion. If you've ever felt lost, stuck, unmotivated, or life isn't going as planned, I get it. And that's exactly why we are here today. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Serena Mihowi. This is where we talk about self-growth, personal development, and living a life that truly feels like yours. So if this sounds like what you like, please stick around and subscribe to this channel. Over here, we are all about leveling up and living the best version of ourselves. Now let's talk about getting back on track. I know what it's like to feel like you've lost your way or you are out of track. I've been there, and trust me when I tell you that it is never too late to refresh and restart your life. I want you to know that life doesn't really go how we expect or how we've planned it out to go. Life is not some properly plotted Cinderella story. Sometimes we find it difficult to reach our goals. Sometimes we are walking completely out of that goal that we've set for ourselves, and we just don't feel like ourselves anymore. I think at one point or the other in our lives, we have all been there. For me, getting stuck started when I decided to take a break off my restaurant. At first, I told myself it was just a few breaks to allow myself to grieve. But then, days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months. And the longer I stayed, the harder it is for me to return. And what seemed to me like I was just giving myself time to mourn the death of my mom wasn't just that anymore. It was me losing a huge part of myself in the process. And I'm going to tell you this for a fact. It is easy to get caught in the cycle. And what is even more easier is to keep telling yourself you're going to get ready tomorrow, because that tomorrow may never come. But here's one important key that has helped me and pushed me to want to share this with you, is to understand that you are stuck. Do not live in denial. The key is to recognizing that you've been stuck long enough and deciding to do something about it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about on today's video, how you can get your life back on track and get back into momentum. I'm going to share with you 5 realistic steps. It is realistic and it is achievable. I personally have practiced this step and it has helped me to get back on track. So without taking much of your time, let's get straight into today's video. The very first step is to accept where you are. Identify where you are, accept it, but do not stay there. Living in denial is dangerous, because when you don't even know where you are at that particular point in your life, it is difficult for you to want to make effort to live. And I'm going to say this, one of the biggest mistakes we make when we feel completely stuck is that we go too hard on ourselves. Instead of looking for what's not working, it is better we shift our focus to what could work, what could be, and how we could become better. For me, I had to remind myself that just because I took a break from my business, or because I lost my mom, or faced burglary, doesn't mean a full stop to my life. I realized that at that point in time, these were the problems. I identified the problem and look into what I needed to do to get out of that phase. So I decided to come up with a new plan for my business. Because at first in my head, I was having so many what ifs. But what if is never going to provide a solution? So I mapped out a new plan for my business. I reignited my passion for creating content. And that is why you're seeing this video today. And not just that, I decided to acquire a new skill. This could be you, this could be anybody. For me, this is what worked for me. It is up to you to decide. But what is important, do not stay where you are. That spot at which you feel stuck, do not stay there. Identify it and move on. Second step is to reset your mind and routine. Like one of the most important points for me, resetting your mind. You need to shift from that scarcity mindset that you have to the mindset of abundance. You need to shift your mindset from I cannot do this to I can do this. I am not good enough, so I am more than good enough. I am capable. Shift your mind from I am not worthy to I am more than worthy. I am beautiful. I am strong. When you constantly remind yourself of these things, you become it. And one thing about truly successful people is their routine. And I'm not going to even lie about this. Daily habits and daily routine has an important role in shaping your whole life. sometimes in our lives when we feel stuck, it's a sign that we need to change. We need to cultivate new habits. We need to try a new routine. We need to stop doing certain things that we were doing in the past that no longer serve us, to cultivate new habits, like setting your intention for the day, taking action despite fear, or simply showing up for yourself even when you don't feel like it. Show up for yourself. Show up for yourself. And for me, what I did was I had to stop overthinking things, because most of the things I was overthinking were just in my head. They do not exist. At some point I was thinking, would people even recognize me and this brand if I decide to start selling, if I decide to start talking more about my brand? Won't people feel like I am not serious? But to my greatest surprise, a few weeks ago, people started messaging me, calling me, oh Nami, we needed this. Oh Nami, can you come do this? And I'm like, people still know me. People still know the value that I bring. People still appreciate what my brand is about. So whatever it is I had were just in my head. They didn't exist. So you need to stop overthinking things. Those things you're overthinking, you'll never probably have a solution to them, and they do not even exist. All you have to do is just start again. Start with what you have. Start where you are. You do not have to aim for perfection. This was what I personally did. The goal is to get better every day. Progress over perfection. So for my business, the reset of mind that I had was pick up my pen, make a new plan. For Edible Foods and Design, I came up with the Weekend Chill Box. And for my content creation, I picked up my camera, and all I had to do was just press the record button. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And for the new skill I am learning, I didn't procrastinate it. I didn't take too much time like I used to do. Immediately, once I decided that I wanted to do that thing, I put in for it. And I'm doing that already. And I'm not going to lie to you, this shift is not an instant process. It's a step-by-step process. And I am finding my rhythm again. So if this is you and you feel stuck at any point in your life right now, all you have to do is to start small. Take action today to get clear on what you want. Clarity, 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 a clear mind. Once you're clear about your goal, your purpose, and your vision, believe me, you cannot drift away from it. What your life is about doesn't have to make sense to other people. What you want to do really doesn't have to make sense to other people but yourself. People may care about you. They may feel you need to be doing something other than whatever it is that you're doing or what you're planning to do. But remember that you are the gardener in your own garden. Your life is a garden and you are the gardener. Whatever flower you decide to groom there is all up to you. And that's your decision to make, not any other person's decision. You are the one in that shoe. You know where it fits. For me, as an example, I've always known that I am never going to fit as a 9-to-5 babe. I have friends that told me that, oh, they felt like I was going to be very good at a 9-to-5. Even my dad, on most cases, wanted a 9-to-5 for me, but that's not my life. That is not what I want. It doesn't make sense to any other person when I tell them this, but it does make sense to me because I know what I want my life to look like. And I have a plan. 5-10 years from now, where exactly I want to be. The fact that I'm not there doesn't mean I'm not going to be there. So it is important that you have a clear vision as to what you want, so that you're not going to get carried away by noise or distraction. Because it is important to know where you are going. Because if you don't know where you're going to get stuck at that same place that you don't want to be. For me, I sat myself down. What exactly do I want to do? What step can I take? What's the little thing I can do or the little step I can take each day that will draw me closer to where I want to be, who I want to become? What does she look like? What's her routine like? What's her lifestyle like? What do I need to do? Who I really want to be? I begin to envision it, and it begins to get clearer to me each day as I go. And I'm not drifting from that. And this week you understand that your goals do not need to be massive. They don't need to be massive. It just needs to be clear enough to give you direction as to where you're headed. And it doesn't have to make sense to anyone. It doesn't have to. This takes me to the fourth point, which is to take action, even if it is small. I read the book sometimes last year, Atomic Bomb Habits. It says all it takes is just for you to get 1% better every day. 1% today, 1% tomorrow. In 20 days, that's 20%. In 80 days, that's like 80%. And before you know it, you become the best at what you do. And momentum comes from movement, not thinking about it. It comes from you taking action, deliberate action. The longer you wait to start, the harder it becomes. So instead of overthinking that one decision of yours, why not take action right now. Just one small step today, whether it is making a plan, reaching out to someone, or just showing up for yourself. Action creates confidence. Your thoughts will not create that confidence. Action creates the confidence to get better at whatever you want to do and to live a life that is truly yours. For me, that small step was turning on this camera right now. Now, the last but not the least for today's video is to stay consistent. But relax, while staying consistent, you need to give yourself grace. What I mean by giving yourself grace. Now, imagine you have a friend who constantly reminds you of your weakness, who constantly make you feel that you are not good enough, you are not capable of anything good. Would you still keep such a friend in your corner, or you distance yourself from them? As a matter of fact, you might stop being friends with them. Now, in your case, that friend is no other person than you. Imagine someone says all those horrible things that you say to yourself to you. How would you have felt? Bad, right? So when I mean that you need to stay consistent, also give yourself grace. Celebrate every little win. Stay consistent. Do not cultivate the habit of doing one thing today and, procrastinate till you find yourself not doing it anymore. I used to be there, but now I'm getting better. Like I told you, it's a gradual process and we all are learning. When I mean stay consistent, you need to understand that rebuilding your life is not about perfection. It's about persistence and consistency. Some days you feel on top of the world, you smash all your goals, and there are some days that you don't completely feel like it. As a matter of fact, you feel far away from that. I need to make you understand that it is absolutely fine, and all you have to do is to keep going. That's the goal. Never relenting. You don't need to have it all figured out today. Rome wasn't built in a day. Think about the people who are actually living their dream that the world celebrates today. They didn't just start yesterday. Compilation of efforts and intentionality. Before now, I was contemplating if I should make a reintroductory video for people who are subscribed to my channel before now, and this is me saying a very big thank you to you guys for sticking around. For new people who will be joining my channel, but I decided to make this video first because this is a fresh start for me. I hope this is a wake-up call to everyone who is thinking to refresh their life and start all over again. Maybe one of these days I'm going to make a reintroductory video of where I've been, how I've been, and how life has been with me. But for now, all you need to know is that there was a time that I was completely stuck, and now I am liberated, and I want you to feel liberated as well. If you've been feeling stuck, you are not alone. As a matter of fact, we've all been there. Some people are still there. I need you to know that it's okay to pause. And sometimes when you feel like you need to quit to try something else, it is absolutely okay. Do not take a full stop. Take little steps to draw you closer to the life that feels truly yours. Keep moving forward. I'm rooting for you. So if you find this video helpful, do not hesitate to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed yet, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. What's that one step that you'd like to take to get out of that place where you feel stuck? And I would also like you to share more realistic and achievable steps to get out of being stuck. I'll read through the comment section, and I know there are a lot of people who are going to be in the comments reading through and also learning. Remember, this space is for learning as we live. And if you want more content on self-growth, personal development, subscribe to this channel. Most importantly, like this video and comment. Till I come your way next, stay fabulous.